In a garden in County Clare on the west coast of Ireland, a group of artists have come together to bring you a programme like no other. A music show featuring the best of independent musical talent this fair land has to offer. Why would we do such a thing? Are we mad? Have we lost the run of ourselves entirely? No. We're sharing the joy we feel when we sing our songs, and all we ask is that you sit back, relax and enjoy the next hour of your life. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the West's Awake. My name is Anne, and I'm thrilled to be here and delighted to welcome you to the first episode of the West's Awake. This is Charlie McGettigan. Go sing a song, Charlie.
First of all, it's lovely to be here, and I feel kind of at home when I look around me and see lots of grey hair, particularly over that side. Some bald people as well. Some of the men are even bald. It's great. This is kind of a song that I wrote years and years ago to sort of get me started in the gig. You know, that awkward moment and you walk on and you're wondering who the hell is this or whatever, it goes like this. Well, I worked all night and I worked all day. Ran out in the rain, threw it up and then I took it down again. Thought about what I had to say, struggled just to make it plain, yes. Shook it up and then I shook it down again. I hope you like it. It's the best that I can do, and I hope you like it. You know I made it just for you, and I hope you like it. Won't you listen to it and give it just a little of your ears. I'm gonna sing some songs and play some tunes. I'm gonna show you where I've been. I'll take you up, I hope I'll take you down again. Maybe play them some other way, I hope they don't sound the same. Shook them up and then I shook them down again. I hope you like it. It's the best that I can do, and I hope you like it. You know I made it just for you, and I hope you like it. But won't you listen to it and give it just a little of your ear. Won't you give it just a little of your ear? And if any of you don't know, I come from, actually I had to break, I was in the middle of a major tour of Leitrim before I came here. So I just had to break it to come down, so you're lucky to have me at all, you know. But Leitrim in the last sort of, since before the Celtic Tiger, it suddenly has become one of those places that famous people like to build houses down there or take over cottages and become organic farmers. And Brian Dobson, for example, he has a, you know Brian Dobson, yeah. The news, he has a place down in Ballinaglara down there beside us. We call him Dobbo now for short. We're on great friendly terms. We feel we know him when we hear the news, you know, that kind of thing. But not many people know that Ronnie Woods, do you know who Ronnie Woods is? From the Rolling Stones. He has a place, but he only comes maybe 2 or 3 times a year. But when he does come, he always brings lots of his friends and all kinds of people with him. And there's a little pub down there in a place called Dowra. And it's one of these pubs where they don't have any music, you know, they don't have any loud music or television on or anything like that. Just a old fellas up at the bar talking about headage grants and all that kind of carry on. But Ronnie and a bunch of his friends were down there this particular night, and inevitably after a few joints and a few pints of Guinness, they were all getting well shot and they began to sing. And of course they all think they're Irish people, and what Irish people say, oh, been a wild rover, you know, all that kind of stuff. And they all thought they were doing great, but the fella that owned the pub had to go over to Ronnie and said, look, I'm sorry, but this is a quiet pub, we don't like any music in here, could you just keep down the singing, otherwise I'm going to have to ask you to leave. So, right, okay, that's no problem, mate, that's all right, you know, as he would, an English gentleman. But it started in about 15 minutes, the whole thing started again, so we went, oh look, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, you know, if you don't mind. I did give you a warning. And Ronnie says, just a second, you see that guy over there? Do you know who that is? No. He says, that's Mick Jagger, that is. He said, don't give a shit if it's Daniel O'Donnell, he's not singing in here. That's what it's like in Leitrim, you know. But Daniel, of course, if you're a songwriter, and Laura, you'll have to write some Daniel O'Donnell songs. That's where the money is. But we used to be always sending songs to Daniel, and you know, sometimes you get a reply. Sometimes he did actually record one or two, which I built the house with and stuff like that. It was great. But we sent him this song. Myself and Brendan Graham put it together, and about a week later, the phone rang. Hello, Charlie, is that you? Is Danny here? And he knows you can call him Danny. You know, you don't call him Daniel anymore. He says, I got the song. It's a lovely song, but I couldn't sing it. There's too many words in. I suppose you could understand it. I'm going to sing it for you now. It's called By the Time the Leaves Are Brown, I'll Be Blue. I thought that was really clever, did you? It goes. This is supposed to be only one song, sorry.
I know.
It's gonna be a cold and a lonely winter, 'cause all summer long I got no heat from you. And if your love goes down to 0 by September, by the time the leaves are brown, I'll be blue. This love that seemed to blossom in the summer, like the flowers and the trees, was strong and new. But flowers always die in the winter, and by the time the leaves are brown, I'll be blue. Well, I tried so hard to keep that spark a-burning, to kindle up the flame that we once knew. But I know the love we had won't be returning, and by the time the leaves are brown, I'll be blue. Well, I tried so hard to keep that spark a-burning, to kindle up the flame that we once knew. But I know the love we had won't be returning. By the time the leaves are brown, I'll be blue. Well, I thought that we might make it to December, that Christmas time would help to pull us through. But I know that we won't even make November. By the time the leaves are brown, I'll be blue. Yes, by the time the leaves are brown, I'll be blue. And by the time the leaves are brown, I'll be blue.
Mighty, Charlie, thank you. That's beautiful. Thanks very much. Can I ask you a few questions, please? No. Okay, right.
Not taking questions.
Just a couple of things were running through my head as I was getting ready for this, and these are kind of the questions I wanted to ask you. Like, what's going on with you when you're singing a song? What do you feel? What's the feeling going on with you?
Fear. Most of the time.
Okay.
It's like this, and you know, I'm singing since I was 13. I'm 66 now, so that make it 50, so many years. And I still feel nervous no matter what happens. And the worst places I find to sing in are pubs. I really get nervous in the pubs. Yeah. You know, the funny thing is when we did the Eurovision Song Contest and there were something like 300 million people, I wasn't nervous at all for some reason or other, because we'd cut off all the angles. There was just a piano and a guitar and a couple of voices, and we never played it the same way twice. It didn't really, it didn't really matter. Yeah. So you could sing it anyway. Yeah. But I find even situations like this where I don't know anybody, and you know, usually in a theatre it's dark. Yeah. You know, so you can't really see. You know, but you're
up close and personal.
You know, I can see this lady in the front. You go. You know, she heard me saying shite there, and then she, I thought, you know, so you know, there you are. Look, she's doing it again. Smile, you're on camera. You know, but there inevitably is somebody in the front row, like that looks through every number, and they go. Yeah. And at the end of the night, they're the people that come up. Geez, that was great. You know, every minute of that. You know,
I reckon your head while you were
and
doing
you
the
were there
gig,
going,
yeah,
oh God,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really upsetting
yeah.
this person, you know, in
Yeah,
a big way. But
yeah.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's going. That's part of what. A lot of the time, it's my only way of communicating.
Yeah.
You know, it's my only way of saying the things I want to say.
you really want to say.
Yeah, that I
Yeah.
really want to say.
Yeah.
Although sometimes it can be quite silly like that. But
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say with that song, we were thinking all these American country songs have all clever titles. You know, drop kick me Jesus through the goalposts of life, all those kind of ones.
Yeah.
And we thought by the time the leaves are brown, I'll be blue. We thought that was very clever at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So with a song like that, you're just trying to show how clever you are. You know, a lot of the time.
It kind of works.
It does
kind of
sometimes,
works.
yeah.
So what would inspire you to write a song?
Everyday things, you know, it's remarkable. Marriage, you know, I wrote a song quite recently. I'm married now for 45 years, and I don't think we still really know each other. So we're striving for perfection all the time. No relationship is.
Yeah.
You keep changing like the weather. One day good, the next day better. I never know how you're gonna be. That's how it is with you and me. One day hot, the next day colder. Keep looking over my shoulder. Sometimes you're really hard to see. That's how it is with you and me. That's how it is with you and me. We live our lives imperfectly. And though I love you totally, that's how it is with you and me. That's how it is with you and me. We live our lives imperfectly. And though I love you totally, that's how it is with you and me. Every day a different color, no one day like the other. A different song in a different key. That's how it is with you and me.
I love a universal song where everybody can relate to it. Everybody.
Well, that was the first time I've never sung that song in front of an audience before.
That's great. That's
so
deadly.
You've heard it for
That's
the first time.
brilliant.
You got
Beautiful.
a new song.
Charlie, who or what would have been the big influence in your musical life?
Well, you know, so many different parts. I grew up in the 1950s, as you did, and a lot of those crowd over there did. No, not these crowd over here. This is the young section over here. But in the 50s, radio was the big thing, you know, and I remember the first song I remember hearing on the radio. You might know it; these ones will know it anyway. And it was a song about a fella that was going to be hung the next day, and you know, we used to sing it with a big smile on our faces because there was a great chorus in it, you know. Now, if you know it, let's hear you join in. It goes like this: hang down your head, Tom Dooley, hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, poor boy, you're gonna die. I met her on a mountain, there I took her alive. I met her on a mountain, I killed her with my knife. Everybody, hang down your head, Tom Dooley, hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, poor boy, you're gonna die. This time tomorrow, reckoning where I'll be. It hadn't have been for Grayson, I'd have been in Tennessee. All together. Hang down your head, Tom. Even old over there. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy is gonna die. Poor boy, you're gonna die. Big smile. Poor boy, you're gonna die.
Yay.
You remember that one?
Yeah, beautiful. That's great. That's brilliant.
So that, you know, that would be. I've got a grandson now, Cahill, and he's down with us for the week. He's doing swimming classes, but he lives his life through music. He's only 9, but he has already been on the Helix stage, singing with his group and stuff. But he reminds me very much of myself. I remember there was a handball alley beside where we lived, an outdoor handball alley, and I used to go down there on my own and sing because there was an echo in there. On my own, I'd be singing "Hang Down Your Head, Tom Dooley."
Yeah.
You remember this one? You might remember. Anybody know it yet? Will you sing it? It goes like this: catch a falling star and put it in your pocket, never for a rainy day. Lovely harmony there. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket, never let it fade away. 'Cause a love may come and tap you on the shoulder one starlit night, and just in case you feel you wanna hold her, you'll have a pocket full of starlight. Pocket full of starlight. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket, never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket, save it for a rainy day. Save it for a rainy day. Save it for a rainy day. Hey.
So,
Well,
do you want to sing away there?
no, I like talking to you.
You like talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
because your fame sort of
no.
transcends you, you know.
Not at
And,
all.
well, I believe it or not, who's on Facebook here? All that lot. One from that lot. 2! But I was aware of Anne on Facebook, and I didn't know you were related to Luca. I didn't know you were related to Christy Moore or any of those people till tonight. And then suddenly, oh yeah, I was good to know her. But I just love what you're doing. You know, I just love the whole idea of people of our age starting off something.
Yeah.
You know, because people say, you know, life begins at 40, and in Anne's case, it began at 68 years of age. She made her first album, which is brilliant. I think that deserves a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I find, Anne, with songwriting, it's something you should get into.
Yeah.
You know, try it.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a chance to say things you wouldn't normally say. You know, you're not gonna ring up your best friend and say, "I just called to say I love you." You know,
Yeah.
but you can sing it all right. You know.
I suppose there are so many great songs out there, and I'm just so excited to be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is not about me. This is about
I know,
you. This
I
is your bit.
Well,
So, can I ask? Can I
go
ask for a request?
ask.
Any chance to do Feet of a Dancer?
Yeah, Feet of a Dancer. Yeah.
Please,
That's
I
not-
absolutely adore that
Yeah.
song. Beautiful, beautiful song.
It's a sad song in a lot of ways, in that the song was prompted, and I didn't really say this till about 2 years ago. I'd written the song 30 odd years before that, and the song was inspired by the story of a young girl called Anne Lovett, who lived in Granard in County Longford, and she very sadly died and had concealed her pregnancy to her family and friends and stuff, and died in a grotto, having given birth to the baby who also died. And it was a huge thing at the time. 30 years ago, there was the Sunday World was writing about it. Everybody was writing about it. It was, and the whole community of Granard closed in on the media. Nobody could get any kind of word. No, they just did. They really. But I felt it very. The idea that this girl was, you know, had to go through her life or go through her pregnancy, not telling anybody, could see wearing big jumpers and stuff like that. I thought you know, of my own kids, I would dread to think that I had raised them that they would be afraid to tell me anything. You know, and and that's where the song more or less says, you know, I hope everything goes well, but if it doesn't, you can still come home, you know, that kind of. And some people see that as negative, you know. They you know, you let them out there in the world and good luck to them. But I don't sort of agree with that. And anyway, that's where Feel of a Dancer. If you know, I'd love to hear you join in.
Thank you.
I hope you find the feet of a dancer. I hope you can sing in the rain. I hope you find all the easy answers to your pain. Well, it won't be easy. What can I say? 'Cause there will be trouble on the way, and around every corner there'll be terror and tears. But always remember that we're here. And I hope you find the feet of a dancer. I hope you can sing in the rain. I hope you find all the easy answers to your pain. And I hope you find love and affection. I hope you find someone who'll care. I hope you find all the right directions everywhere. Everywhere. A shoulder to cry on whenever you're low. Oh, you can rely on us, you know. 'Cause there's nothing too crazy, and there's nothing too dear. Just always remember that we're here. I hope you find the feet of a dancer. I hope you can sing in the rain. I hope you find all the easy answers to your pain. And I hope you find love and affection. I hope you find someone who'll care. I hope you find all the right directions everywhere. Everywhere. And even when the rain comes falling down, and oh, it's falling down on you, I hope you find the feet of a dancer. I hope you can sing in the rain. I hope you find all the easy answers to your pain. And I hope you find love and affection. I hope you find someone who cares. I hope you find all the right direction everywhere. Everywhere. And even when the rain comes falling down, and oh, it's falling down on you, I hope you find the feet of a dancer. I hope you can sing in the rain. I hope you find all the easy answers to your pain. And I hope you find love and affection. I hope you find someone who cares. I hope you find all the right directions everywhere. 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 Always remember that we're here. Feel of a dancer. There you go.
So, Charlie,
Just before
Yeah.
I have to acknowledge the fact that Maura O'Connell from this town. I remember the first time I met Maura, and I was a very aggressive song pusher, you know. And Maura and Mikey Hanrahan had a little band called Tumbleweed, just the two of them.
That's right.
And they came down to play at a folk club beside us. And I brought my little cassette player at the time, and that song, or not that song, actually two or three other songs. And an awful job getting Maura to, you know, because she's, I haven't time to be listening now, that kind of thing. And I eventually cornered it, listen, you know.
Yeah.
And she liked one of the songs, wasn't Feet of a Dancer.
Yeah.
But, and we struck up a relationship. Just, you know, I would send her the odd song and stuff. And then she made this album out in America with PJ Curtis. And it was done in Nashville. We were all hard impressed with this. And all the top musicians in America were playing on this. Philip Donnelly, you know, Jerry Douglas, all these great players were playing on it. And she recorded this song, a really good song. And she did a really good, and I very rarely sing it, you know. I don't know why you do it, but you're bringing me down. I don't know why I keep on loving you. You're treating me like some old heel, like some kind of a clown. I don't know how you do it, but you do. Lord, I don't know how you let my longing linger. That's wrapped around your fingers and at your beck and call. If this is love, Lordy, Lordy, Lord above, it's so sad and so cruel. I don't know how you do it, but you do. She recorded that song on the album, and I just, if you ever get a chance to listen to it, the job she does of it is just, you would, and people in Nashville, PJ was telling me, he was producing it, people around the studios in Nashville all got into the control room to watch this woman from Ireland, this feisty singer from Ireland sing this song. And I was so pleased, you know, that she sang it. She did a great job. But anyway, as the band, she brought this big band together, and it was totally unwieldy. It was costing her a fortune to bring this band out the road around Ireland. And her manager said, I'd really like you to get Maura back to doing the basics, you know, do a few parlour songs and stuff like that. Would you be interested in working with her? And we did, and we toured together for 2 years. We played every disco in the country. I remember, in fact, we played at a roller disco in Ballybunion. Imagine people going around on roller skates, you know, and we did the thing, but it really hardened us up. We really got. And in the course of that, I tricked her into recording Feet of a Dancer. I did a backing track up in Randallstown in Northern Ireland, and I invited her up. I said, maybe you could do a demo of this for me, you know. And she sang it, and thankfully it took off in a big way, and it was one of my best covers, if you like it. Nobody's ever bettered it. Nobody's ever sung it as well as she did. You know, she just
such a great song. Fair play to you.
Anyway, I'm holding everything up here.
So before we finish up, Charlie, is there anything that you would like to say younger artists coming onto the scene? Yeah,
it's more difficult now for young people coming along. When I started in 1966, I think we did our first professional gig, which was in Bundoran, and we had to do one gig, and we ended up getting the summer season, which was 7 nights a week, 4 hours a night. And but the pubs were better then. They had this thing called the Noble Call. So if you're playing in a bar and you sang a song, then you've got the Noble Call. You could ask Shona maybe to sing a song, and so it went round. So, and this happened every single night. You can imagine people on their holidays. So you got songs from Tony Bennett and Frank Sinatra. You got the Dubliners. You got every conceivable, and they would maybe start it off in one key, and by the time they got to the end of it, there were 2 or 3 keys lower or higher. You know, and so we learned all the chords and all the different things. Now that was then, but now I do this radio program in the Midlands, and it's all about new talent, getting people in that people may not have heard before. And the sad thing is there's nowhere for young people to play anymore. You know, even though the pubs were bad, they were tough, but there were somewhere to play. They toughened you up. Songwriting-wise, what I've been doing an awful lot lately, and maybe I'll close with this song, because it's all to do with Facebook. I have met so many people on Facebook that, you know, have inspired me to write songs. You know, for example, this song, it appeared on Facebook as a poem by unknown author, and was called Dust If You Must. And I just looked at the words, and the melody just shot off the page. It was that easy. But I didn't know who the writer was, and I put it up just a thing, does anybody know who wrote these words? And eventually somebody came back and said it was written by a woman called Rose Milligan, who is now in her 80s and lives in Lancaster. And this fella had her phone number, and I rang her, and she didn't know what I was talking about, making a song out of it. Well, what's that all about? And she didn't know anything about Facebook or emails or anything like that. Well, I said, what I've done is I've taken your words and turned them into a song, added a few bits here and there, and she said, oh, God, that's very interesting. So I said, I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll send it to you on CD. And I sent her, because you couldn't email it, which is what you were talking about, MP3 fella. So I sent her a CD, and that was the longest week of my life, wondering, is she going to hate this, you know? And I put my phone number, and she rang me, and she was delighted, which was brilliant from my point of view.
Of course.
And I think the song is kind of self-explanatory. There's a kind of a chorus to it if you feel like joining in. I've never sung it to an audience yet. This could totally go belly up. And the chorus goes, and all you've got to do is repeat the line after. Dust if you must.
Dust if you must.
Dust till you bust.
Dust till you bust.
But always trust.
Always trust.
Your wanderlust.
Your wanderlust.
It goes. When you hear that, come on. Dust if you must, but wouldn't it be better to paint a picture or write a letter, bake a cake or plant a seed, ponder on the difference in want and need? Oh, dust if you must. Dust if you must. Dust till you bust. Dust till you bust. But always trust. Always trust. Your wanderlust. Yes, dust if you must, but there's not much time, with rivers to swim and mountains to climb, music to hear and books to read, friends to cherish and a life to lead. Oh, dust if you must. Dust if you must. Dust till you bust. Dust till you bust. Always trust. Your wanderlust. Yeah, dust if you must. There's a world out there with sun in your eyes, wind in your hair, a flutter of snow, a shower of rain. You know this day will not come around again. Oh, dust if you must. Dust till you bust. But always trust. Your wanderlust. Let those good times always find you. Leave those troubled times far behind you. Oh, dust if you must, but bear in mind, old age will come and it's not kind. And when you go, and go you must, you yourself will make a lots more dust. Oh, dust if you must. Yeah, dust till you bust. But always trust. Your wanderlust. That's it.
Woohoo! Thank you, Charlie. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm just so glad you sang along there. You know, and you know it's real scary when you're doing a song for the first time and it doesn't work. But you did. You were brilliant. Thanks a million.
Thank you so much, Charlie.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Laura.
Thank you very much. Shona, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Isn't
very
it
much.
marvellous to be here?
Marvellous.
Yeah. So, this is Shona Blake, my song pal, my darling song pal, and I want you to tell us all about yourself.
Lovely, and just a first
Just,
simple
yeah,
question
just
to
a
start
simple
with.
question.
So, my name is Shona Blake. I live in a beautiful place in the world called Milltown Malby, County Clare.
You do?
Which is very inspiring and wonderful. I have a wonderful family. I'm married to Paul McCabe back here, fantastic musician, and I have two lovely girls, Holly and Fia. So myself and Paul have been playing music for the last 16 years together, 17 years I suppose. I was a reluctant performer, but a massive dreamer.
Yeah.
I think Mum and Dad down there will tell you every report from school every year consistently said she's a dreamer.
Yeah.
But I kind of found it very hard to make the leap into performing.
Yeah.
So I suppose I've been songwriting since I was a teenager. And after years of performing with Paul, it was time to bring out all the songs and record and release the beast.
Very good, very good. And a beautiful beast it is too, I can tell you. Marvellous beast. So I think we'll leave it at that and let you do what you're best at doing, which is singing beautiful songs. Thanks a million. Thanks a million, love.
This is a song, there was somebody very close to me who was in an awful lot of pain, and when you're very close to somebody, it's very hard to see somebody hurting that much, and this is one of those very quick songs that came out really, really quick just before I recorded the album, so it was the first one that went on it. This is called Bones. As I opened up the door, you lay your bones upon the floor at my feet. I can see your bones are broken. I can see your bones are sad. I can see your bones are aching. I can see your bones are bare. Let me take them to the water. I'll wash away the blood. I'll wrap them in my wanting arms and dry them in my love, my love. Dry your eyes, my darling, them bones they will mend. All the times we have been broken, time heals us in the end. So when your bones are broken, when your bones are sad, when your bones are aching, and when your bones are bare, I will take them to the water. I'll wash away the blood. I'll wrap them in my wanting arms and dry them in my love. Let me take them to the water. I'll wash away the blood. I'll wrap them in my wanting arms and dry them in my love, my love.
What would inspire you to write a song, Shona?
Oh, everything. There's no one
Just
thing.
life.
Everything,
Yeah.
everything. There's no one time or place, or some songs just come in a burst and other ones take a lot more time, and it could be anything. But life, love.
Yeah. Or would you, if you heard a line or something, or if you heard somebody using a word or something?
No, more if I was reading, or if I saw something, or something would take. If I was watching a TV program, or it would be more. So my imagination would just take off. I suppose.
Yeah.
I love watching people, and
Of course you do.
yeah.
And tell me, when you're singing a song, what do you really feel like when you're actually singing?
I feel different things. Sometimes I'm terrified. I think, I did a lot of show jumping, and it's the hardest part before you show jump, you're waiting in the pocket and you're so nervous, your legs, you've no legs, you've no nothing, and you go in, and once you get over the first jump, if everything is right on the day, it's just the holy grail of everything there is in life, and it rarely happens.
Yeah.
And you come out and you think, oh my God, that was just amazing. And it's the same with performing. If you have a beautiful audience in front of you who are listening, they're hearing the words and you connect with them. That feeling is just so wonderful.
Yeah.
And you hope that you'll move people with your songs.
Absolutely.
And that
Yeah.
they'll mean something to people.
Like, would you agree with me that there's a serious magic in music?
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah.
And there's music for everybody.
There sure is, yeah. There sure is, yeah.
For sure.
So, who or what would have influenced you sort of in your musical
I heard you
life?
asking Charlie this question. I have to see my brother Anthony up
slightly
there.
repeating myself.
Started me off listening to music. He had the record player in his bedroom. I was the smallie.
Yeah.
And, I think everybody will agree back in those days, oh my goodness, if you could afford a record.
Yeah.
And you listened to that record.
Absolutely.
You loved it, you felt it, you kissed it. Anthony used to show me how to use the needle, and he'd sit me up on the bed, like Deep Purple, Kate Bush, all those great albums.
Brilliant.
And I'd have to listen to them back to front and inside out. And then my mum was great. She brought me to piano lessons, and hated it. I wish I'd done it now.
Yeah.
And of course my dad there was always a great singer up in the golf club.
So you come from a big musical.
Well, no, I don't think so. And then I met Paul. And then I think I came from more of a musical town. I mean, bands were a big thing in town when I was. It was all blues and rock, and I loved it. Like, I loved it. Helen Burtis up the back there. Now we'd many a pint listening to bands in Brandon's and the Banner and everywhere. Like, but it was all the lads, and I just didn't have the confidence to just get in there and I don't know. Yeah.
And as a singer-songwriter in Ireland today, like, what would you like to see happening for singer-songwriters? Like, what supports or encouragements do you need? Because I think it's, as Charlie was saying earlier on, it's very hard for young people now to find places to play in. What do you think of that?
There's very few listening venues, I suppose. I mean, there's plenty of places for people to go play, but they're loud, and you know, as a songwriter, nobody's going to hear your work. Yeah. And I think for people my age, the internet can be very overwhelming when you haven't grown up with it. So you know, you don't know where to start. But I do firmly believe working together is the way to go forward, and it's incredible. There is a huge change in this country. People really are starting to, I don't know, pick everybody up and bring them along with them.
That's right.
Young and old, like, and I think that's wonderful. You know, and I really do think that's the way forward.
Brilliant.
And like Laura here, what she's doing, you know,
is remarkable.
If people don't want to hear us, let's bring our stuff to them and let them hear it. You know, it's very inspiring.
It really is.
So this was a song I found that I'd written much younger, and I changed the words, but yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Even when you're young, you still think the same way as you do when you're older. Your ideas are your ideas. So this is called Swimming, and I think it's very self-explanatory. Under a star-filled sky, the moon casts longer shadows. I stand in yours as we slowly shed our skin. I shiver in anticipation as brave you slip into the sea. I watch to see you surface before you follow you in. Swimming together, waters warm and cold. Swimming together, waters warm and cold. You're my rock that breaks the wave before it takes my breath away. I stand on your strength, diving to be brave, to deep uncharted depths you lead. feel the sun on our faces. Swim, swimming together, waters warm and cold. Swim, swimming together, waters warm and cold. And when you have the measure of me, will you still want my hands, my eyes, my body? Year on year, sin on sin, eye to eye, skin on skin, under a star-filled skies, will the moon still cast long our shadows? Swim, swimming together, waters warm and cold. Swim, swimming together, waters warm and cold. Swim, swimming together, waters warm and cold. It could be a tenor in the voice. This isn't an easy song to listen to, I don't think. But my great friend Laura Mackay here loves this song, so I'm going to sing it especially for her. I put it on the album because and it's a very long song, so do excuse me, but you know, often the worst stories need to be told slowly so that we remember them. I was watching, I could get emotional thinking about this. I was watching a documentary with Christina Buckley about Gore's Bridge and Golden Bridge, excuse me, yeah, and what she went through and how honest she was, and just how inspiring a woman to come from all of that and then set up this wonderful home and educate so many of the girls who, I mean, just what they went through. I'll sing the song because I just can't. You call that over there then, Paul?
Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's okay. If I forget the words, it's his fault. I don't want to be here anymore, Mammy. I wish I knew where you were. I dream of you saving me, Daddy. Every night I wish upon a star, but I can't hold on to these thoughts. If I do, I would cry. Then sister would beat me till the blood would run my tears dry. What about the babies? Little bones wrapped in skin, strapped to the pot all day, till it's time to tuck their insides in. But I can't hold on to these thoughts. If I do, I would scream and fight, and sister would beat me till the blood would run my screams quiet. Ooh. God forgive you if you giggle. God forgive you if you smile. Suffer the little child who hasn't finished the rosary beads in time. God forgive you if you say a word to anybody on the outside. Then sister would beat you till the words in you subside. Ooh. About saviors or a home. Your life here is to suffer, to work you to the bone. Keep your eyes down. For God's sakes, be quiet. And listen to the others scream. And sister might leave you alone tonight. Ooh. Now, sister, let me tell you, someday I'll be free, free to laugh and giggle, to make mistakes without the pain, to love and be loved, free to tell my tale of this place and they call Golden Bridge, standing at the gates of hell. Thank you very much. I've heard one or two songwriters say it in interviews, you know, that sometimes you actually feel that you don't write a song by yourself, that there's, you know, somebody else in the room or whatever. But that song, Christina Buckley, I cannot begin to tell you, the second verse of that song was so hard to write when I heard about those poor babies. But she was on my shoulder and she wrote every word of it. I know that for a fact. Her presence is so strong in that song. Anyway, moving along. So we bought our first house, and I was very pregnant, and we decided it would be a great idea to take all of the white paint. They painted everything white in the 50s and 60s. It was white paint must have just come out. And we decided it would be a great idea to strip the paint off the stairs. And you know, you start and you can't stop then. I don't know how we didn't get it. Anyway, so this song is called So Free. Love is such a special word. It flies just like a bird, spreads its wings and reaches out to path, a wind, air, sky, cloud found. So free, I wanna be. So free, I wanna be. So free, I wanna be. So free. A special rose with thorn to suit, to hurt my past and tears that match a fusion to becoming one, and joy that shines from every loin, sweat glistening in the ever-brightening coin. So free, I wanna be. So free, I wanna be. So free, I wanna be. So free. Come together, wrap your skin around each other and breathe. Heart meets heart, pulsing to the same beat. Oh, love is such a special thing. It makes me want to get up and sing on top of a mountain, reaching out to path, wind, air, sky, cloud found. So free, I wanna be. So free, I wanna be. So free, I wanna be. So free. Thank you. I am so excited about this next song. So excited. This is the first time. So, by the way, this is my fabulous husband, Paul McCabe, for whoever has written. So I've been on the road without Paul for a little while with my beautiful song pals Anne Rinn and Claire Watts there. So they forced me to play the guitar, which has been the best thing that has ever happened to me, to be honest. And to Paul, he's delighted. But this is the first time that we're ever going to play together.
I can say a few things, Anne.
But he's not going to say anything. Thanks, love. So,
First thing I'm going to say is that she got a plectrum.
No. We're a bit off the plectrum stage yet. So this is a brand new song. It's the first time I sang it for the girls. Anne Rinn was like, Jesus, love, where the hell did that come from? And my gorgeous Claire turned around and said, Shona, You have just written your first murder ballad now. And really? So this is called Alison, and it's a murder ballad. Alison, Alison drove to the sea to feel the sand beneath her feet. Summer dress flowing in salty breezes along to gentle waves that whisper a gentle lulling song. He saw her there alone, smiling, dancing and gay, a girl and her ghost. Oh, it took his breath away. Seagull watches suspicious, and two seals drift lazily in the sun. There's Alison on dresses, hiding in a dune, bare legs burning in the sun. A boy of 10 lies hiding behind his daddy's gun. Pull, click, aim, fire, blood stains on the trigger finger of a child. Ooh. Breath, rendering voice and legs useless. A moment frozen, a terrible deed unfolding, and all the world is still and silent. A hungry ocean claiming another soul. Alison, Alison, under the sea, forever forgotten to hold, but he, a boy, now a man, old and meek, not a word to the world did he ever again speak. Alison, Alison, under the sea. Thank you. I was thinking halfway through that'll be the last time we play together. Anyway. So bad. Anyway, so I think we're going to finish up now. Is that okay? We're just going to do one for the road. And it's going to be a cover. And it's a song we both love to do together. And thank you so much for coming along this evening. And this is for all of you. Thank you. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, in a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly over the rainbow. Why? Then oh, why can't I? If happy